You can't have 4K and ultra low latency.
Which that's not surprising.
I didn't know. Now I can't undo it without breaking the whole stream. So I guess we're not 4K, but it should be crispier still. The bitrate should be a lot better. No, YouTube, stop. Back. Live. My pun go in? Yeah, check it out. Very funny.
Dragon Healer
Whoa.
said, "Good evening, workaholics." No Face said, "You picking up that Capri in Iowa? I feel like it would make a fun, will it make it home, video."
Capri. Good evening, Ryle. Workaholics, yeah, you know how it is. The weekday you work on cars, on the weekend you work on other cars. The Capri in Iowa, I don't know. I mean, I'm tempted. I have too many cars right now, though. I gotta get rid of like 2 more before I have room to bring another one in. But I mean, $400 running and driving sounds pretty good. Auto sounds pretty awful. I would love to go up to Auto Trans halfway through Illinois, but it is not far from my parents, and I am going up there, I think, next weekend anyway, so maybe. It's a good deal. I can make it work. So, here's the deal. I lied to you all on the title of the stream.
SK said,
Good evening.
"Good evening, boys."
Good evening, Miles. So, you might have enjoyed I enjoyed the title, where you can see every hair on his imported cylinder head, because I just got a new 4K camera. That's right, we're streamers now. Like a third of my watch hours are from streaming. Oh, dude, I like the fisheye. Makes it look like I'm holding a very long stick. So, since we're streamers now, I decided it was finally time to upgrade gear. Literally yesterday, I realized for the past 8 months, I've been streaming my 1080p webcam.
User said, "I love the title. It's the only reason why I clicked."
I know, it's very creative. I'm a funny guy. So here's the deal. I have apparently been broadcasting my 1080p camera in 720p for the past 8 months, and I didn't realize it. So 2 days ago, I actually put it in 1080p like it's supposed to be, which was great, but still not, fantastic. I record my phone 1080, but webcam 1080 is a little different, a little more compressed, a little fuzzier. I figured if we're going to work on V2 on camera, I'm not making guide videos, it's just me on streams, I want to be able to take that footage and cut it later and actually use it for things. So I want to stream in 4K. So today, we are testing the new 4K camera, which, as you can probably tell, has an ultra-wide lens. This is a 4-foot shop light. I'm standing, and I can almost touch the camera. So I am just over 4 feet past it, and I can stick my arm. There's the end of the 4-foot light. I can't even touch the wall, as you can see. So yeah, ultra-wide lens. I'm only, 10 feet away from that wall where the camera's at. Very cool. So we have a great view of the whole workspace right here. And the other camera is still here. It didn't go anywhere. It's just checking out the table full of, the table full of goodies. Ta-da! Look at that, those are parts. That's supposed to be 1080p. So, turns out though, YouTube only lets you broadcast in 4K if you have standard latency mode on. I have ultra low latency mode on, and it kicked me back to 1080p. So for us to actually broadcast in 4K, I would have to end this stream, change it to low or normal latency, start a whole new stream, schedule it, send a new link out, and that's too much work. But hopefully, and you guys tell me on your end, hopefully, even though the stream is only showing 1080p on your end, the bit rate of this camera should be so much higher that you should be able to immediately see the difference between this camera and this one. So that one, you cannot really. Actually, it looks like crap now that I have a good camera. you can barely read like letters. Like that says Mac on it. I guess it's just kind of overexposed. That book should say Festiva, but the camera is not really focusing on it very well. Maybe I can fix that though. Kind of force it to focus. Where is it? Here it is.
Said, "Yeah, huge difference." YouTube user said,
You kind of see it now.
"Can't even read turbo, lol."
Yeah, the turbo is oddly blurry. I think the red's like oversaturated or something. So then I'll switch back to our new 4K ultra wide, and from over here, can you read that now? I'm standing a mile away from my laptop screen, so I don't really know. So you guys can tell me if that's worth it. Can you read the little text on the back? I know when I get close to the camera on my own preview, and because I'm previewing it in 4K, I literally can see every hair on my head. You can over here and pick the lice out of my forehead. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, there it is. New webcam. It's here. I'm going to set it up better. As you saw from the thumbnail, I'm sure, the cable situation now is not good, but we're getting there. And we still have the option to do the hand cam. My old phone is the wireless camera, so now we can have 3 views. I can have a view of the desk, a view of our work zone, and if we're in there doing something, I can grab the handy cam to get up close, which is brilliant. But back to the title pun of imported cylinder head, hair, etc. We're talking about this. This is a Mazda B3 ME cylinder head. And in Mazda terms, anything ending in ME means it's a 16 valve single overhead cam. So Steven wants to, you're already in frame, that's insane.
Yeah, I'm like way over there.
There go the washers. Nope. Nobody needed those. Check it out. That's a B3. It's a 1.2 liter head with 16 beautiful valves, pent top roof, great for boost. That's right, you can turbo this B3.
Said, I can tell a difference on my phone, but can't read either even with Zoom.
Yeah, so I think if I start broadcasting in 4K, you guys could probably read that. So the next stream, I will make it 4K. Come hell or high water. But there we go. Check it out. B3 Me head. I imported that from Russia, I think. I don't remember. It's from Europe somewhere 8 days ago. And now I think Miles should take it home because I'm probably not going to use it anytime soon. So better get used. There you go. It's a B3 ME cylinder head. It's very cool. It's for a second gen block, so it has extra oil drain ports on it that we can't use, so those need plugged up. And with a stock cylinder from a B3 and this head, you end up with like an 11-to-1 conch ratio, which is a little absurd.
That's way more than that. My calculation was 14.5 to 1.
14.5 to 1? Alright, so there you go. Miles,
static, though.
First diesel B3 16 valve. But that's, I think high comp is a little easier to fix than low comp. You really just kind of chuck the piston in the lathe, couldn't you? Couldn't you take the top? Like,
yeah, if you have a flat top piston, it'll drop it right back down.
Yeah,
with how small the cylinders are, it doesn't take much volume to change the compression ratio.
Yeah, so take the top tubing off the piston, no problem.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be pretty sweet. There it is, B3 ME head. I just bought it, and easy come, easy go, I suppose. But I'd rather get used by somebody.
But on mine, I kept the high comp. I made 76 horsepower on a B3 NA.
Yes.
So, and my head gasket was blowing on the dyno as I was dynoing it. Like you can see the graph, it just plateaus and then it starts going way down when the head gasket finally completely let go.
Worth it.
So I probably could have broke 80 or even 90 if the head gasket would have held up.
We do need to buy a new cable for this camera. So the one, that anchor right there, not fast enough. It didn't recognize the camera at all. So the one that's in now is my Thunderbolt 4 cable, which I don't want to leave attached to the camera. So I have to find something in between a Thunderbolt 4 and an anchor charge cable, quality-wise. The cable it came with is not long enough. It's nice, but a little short. Instead, I'm using that now to charge that dock. That's a 100-watt brick going into the dock. That Logitech cable, no problem. 100 watts.
Yeah. I wonder if A5D pistons would work with this. They're smaller. There should be enough meat in the cylinder to bore it out to A5.
Well, then I would ask why Miles wants a B3 ME head when he can do a B6 ME instead.
B6 MEs are helpful. I guess this is hard to find too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm sure I could find Miles a B6 ME before I found another one of these.
Well, Miles is gonna be the second person in America with this head. No, for sure.
Third.
You know, one's out in the cornfield somewhere.
Yeah,
one doesn't count.
So there are, as far as we're aware, there are 3 B3 ME heads in the U.S. There's one strapped to a B3 ME powered go-kart rotting away in a field in Illinois.
SK said, I just like the idea of a B3 with power. It's cool.
It is cool, and now you can.
And with this head, you should be safe to turbo it without any piston melting issues like a regular B3 has.
Yeah, all that pent top head design flow is much better. We keep looking at the TV, and it looks like I'm not looking at the camera at all. I wonder if I should scoot it a little bit over. Or, actually, maybe we should mount the TV. I've had it on the car because we were working over there.
Mhm.
But now that it's going to stay here for a bit, I have that mount, the big arm mount that we can put on the wall. I thought. Anyway, some more stuff came in the mail, so we can talk about that for a second. Yeah, that box. I just grabbed the wrong thing.
The Innovate box.
The Innovate box, indeed.
I do have said Innovate box.
See, can I get a little more desk in this shot? Oh, now it's camera on camera action. That's X-rated right there. Inappropriate. Scoot them down a little bit, maybe. So yeah, you guys are. This is basically testing tonight, but for cameras. So everybody, welcome to the live testing. It's our first time with this setup, or trialing the setup, I should say. So I've been getting all the parts organized for this build. Or not necessarily all of them, but a lot of them. So yesterday we did a little bit of talking about transmissions and the rear mounts we're working on. Wait, did I talk about any of this on stream? Probably not. I think we started right with the
We talked
transmissions.
about the rear mounts a little bit. Other than that, no.
Yeah, we didn't actually go through this pile of thing on camera yesterday, so maybe we should do that a little bit. But today, we had that box. Okay, perfect. There it is. Is that just now?
Yeah,
That's
that's
insane. It didn't take long, did it? Box is already covered in oil over here. So, this is
I use
a
that camera.
wideband O2 controller from
Your head's kind of like blocking everything.
right here.
Yeah, when you're actually like in a natural position. Maybe move it up over after.
I think I can't bend it any more down than what I had it earlier. I agree with you. I think it could be moved. I think I had it nice. Unless I can, oh, here I can unfold that.
That's a little better.
Gotta move this phone cable. Yeah, check the wood.
Actually, might be able to put it on the back rafter and rotate it 180 that way it's facing this way instead. Oh, there you go. It's all table now.
Alright, they'll definitely stay there. Okay, so stream tonight, how long it is really depends on how sore my throat gets. I've been talking all day today, and
Said. Mighty fine nostrils you have there.
oh, thank you. It's too bad you guys didn't even see them in 4K. Yeah, see now, the jack is right above my head height. We can get really personal up in here. Actually, the Deuce auto exposure.
Kind of.
Yeah. Oh, I can see those. Look at the big vertical bands moving across the floor.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
like a little ocean. Yeah, these lights are a little flickery because there's just way too many LEDs in here. They're kind of cross-talking a little bit. That's actually a pretty cool effect. There's like 3 distinct color bands. There's a light, medium, and dark. And it's just nice
It's
slow
slowly
waves. I had to double check the floor just to make sure we're not actually drowning over here. Sorry, Miles. A little insensitive. Yeah, how long I'm going to stream depends on how sore my throat gets from talking too much today. But this just came in the mail today during our parts collection. This is an Innovate, not a wideband, but a wideband sensor and controller. So there's a big extendo cable. I've heard the connectors are kind of shit, but it is what it is. The controller itself, Bosch sensor stickers, some sort of hardware is dropped, programming cable, that looks useless to me, and a bung. You need a bung.
Mine is steel, mine is stainless.
It's okay. I got stainless bungs for the truck that we can use. Alright, so point is, I am not, well, as you probably have seen in the previous streams and videos, I'm not running a traditional wideband gauge. I have a very cool DIY one in the GameCube case, or Game Boy case that I made. But in order to get it signal, I still need a wideband to be controlled, because widebands, you can't just plug it in like a standard O2 sensor, they actually need a controller to function. That's what this is. This is just a standalone controller with no gauge. It just gives me a 5-volt output, or in this case, 5-volt outputs, plural, one of which will go to that cool gauge we made, the other will go to our ECU, which is also here, again. Why again? Well, because this project has been in progress for so long that they have released a Speeduino ECU, and then I waited too long, and they've already released a new version of it. It's even better. So I literally never even got to use the first one because the second one's already here, and it's better, and I could always use another one. So I bought another one. So this is the Speeduino Drop Bear V2. All the great features of the first one: 8-channel ignition, 8-channel fuel, like 10 inputs, 10 outputs, even more since I have spare injector channels since I'm only going 4-cylinder. Internal boost reference gauge. This new one has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built in, which after some updates you should be able to actually tune through Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and it's got USB-C. So I've also tested and confirmed that this works. I bought this on Amazon. Nice little panel mount USB-C dual header plug. So I will have the ECU on the dash. This gets plugged in. It gets tucked up away, and in the front of the car, all you see is this. And if I ever want to tune the car, I literally just take your standard C-to-C cable, pop it into my laptop, tune it, unplug it. Very stealthy, very cool little install. Or if I want to get super fancy, I can just tune it over Wi-Fi now, which is great. Or I should be able to do some basic tuning through my dashboard, since our dash is going to be fully digital. I don't have that screen out here because I don't want to get too dirty, because it's a really fancy, like widescreen,
Kind of pricey too.
IPS. Yeah, I don't want to break it. It's thin. There's no case, but I will talk about that more on a future video. So ECU is here,
Which is
from Australia.
because it's V2.
Right, Drop Bear V2, JDM Festiva V2 was meant to be. This is clearly the right path to take. It's got these nice waterproof automotive race spec connectors we'll be wiring in. Up here, just for show and tell, we do have this is the stock BJ14 turbo, so that's what comes on your B6Ts from the factory. Adorable little turbo. And this is the turbo we're going to be running. This is a Garrett GT2554R. And you can see, despite this being considered a small turbo by most people, for us, this is a big turbo upgrade. Look at the size difference there. So this should get us a couple hundred horsepower pretty easily. If you watched my video, like my third ever upload on YouTube called Turbo Time, you would have seen me talking about this particular turbo and what makes it great. Just as a quick recap, this is from a Mazda Speed Protege. This is an OEM Garrett, so it's a little bit cheaper. Still a ball bearing, still a nice unit. This has an overseas Nissan Sunny GTR Pulsar SR20-esque turbo elbow. So this is an imported elbow from Australia, used from a Nissan, with a new old stock Nissan heat shield that makes it the whole unit much more compact compared to the stock Mazda Speed Callaway downpipe, which is ugly. So we're going to get a much better, a lot more power, much better boost curve and stuff out of this than the stock one. I have found a supplier in China that makes custom silicone elbows, so now I have all the right elbows. Not that one. It must be still upstairs on the other turbo. Anyway, we've got some silicone adapters, that way we can bolt this straight to some standard 2.5-inch intercooler piping. Speaking of intercooler, I haven't decided exactly what I'm using yet, but one of my prime ideas is hang on, it's all over here. Shazam! That's right, that's a intercooler from a PT Cruiser. Hell yeah, PT Cruiser GT. So the turbo PT Cruiser uses rather compact, very thick cast aluminum and intercooler. So I'm hoping to kind of make the angles it comes with work as one that comes straight up out the back, and one that goes straight, not straight, I guess, slightly down out of the back. So I think that might work pretty well. If it doesn't, I can chop this up, and actually, by me, I mean I can have Steven cut these and re-weld these in better position to this TIG welder. But that should be a lot easier to modify. This was $15 from the junkyard, so a fantastic little deal there. We have our exhaust pipe. That's a Yoshimura carbon fiber pipe from a Gixxer, I think from a 1000 series. So that's going to look sweet. It's going to be just like JDC with V1. This is going to be attached to the bumper, pointing out the side, which is super cool. I'm running a JDM B6T intake. So these are the factory USDM intakes are the same for the NA and the turbo. They're just little thin, tiny pieces of decency. This JDM intake, which, actually, hang on, I have another one. The JDM intake is a true two-piece intake with nearly equal length runners. So big, beautiful runners, comes up a little higher, big cast intake plenum, and it has the word turbo like cast into it with, you know, you can polish these fins off to give it that sick 80s vibe. I love these things. So I imported one, but then on my engine, which is just off screen right now, I put cops on it, so coil on plug conversion with a really fancy tie-down plate, thanks to James Bell over at KAI. And the factory elephant nose intake does not clear the cops. So I decided to, heck it, I'll make my own intake. So I did that. I designed one, and then I got a big BP Miata throttle body, which is way bigger than the stock one. Fits intercooler hoses really well, because it's already 2.5 inch. Got a much better PWM controlled idle air control valve. And then, since this project's taking so long, I changed my entire mind again and changed the whole design, and now I'm using a Bosch drive-by-wire motorsport intake with a drive-by-wire pedal, and a drive-by-wire controller, also from a guy in Russia. A lot of Russian parts on here. I'm so glad that sanction isn't told. Oh wait, yeah, hang on. Oh yeah, you're right. This one came from Bulgaria.
Bulgaria, that's what it was. One of the B ones.
So check it out. We have a separate drive-by-wire controller, so that will control our electronic throttle body. And I know a lot of people in here will boo-hoo drive-by-wire. I used to be those people because on stock cars it kind of sucks butts. But when you can tune it and make it an instant response with perfect idle control without any coolant of any kind, it starts to kind of make sense.
And no extra outputs from your ECU.
Yep, the ECU doesn't even touch it. So this is my custom intake. So you'll see it still has the factory style turbo logo. I redesigned that completely in CAD from the ground up. Salmon Industries logo up on there. Bolts to that JDM manifold. It's a two-piece design, so this whole thing bolts together. There's a seam down the middle with a O-ring type gasket. And then in the front, we have our very compact, so like I said, two-piece. I had it temporarily glued together. So now I can kind of show you guys. The inside is a nice ramp piece, so it looks boxy on the outside, but it is actually ramped down to each runner like it should be for flow. Then on the other side, if I can flip it around here, there's the other side. Nice smooth radiuses. I have two versions of this actually. The other version can actually have trumpets in here, so you can do some trumpet length tuning for your intake. It's got vacuum ports already ready to go, so we got brake booster, and then boost reference, and any additional vacuum references that I need in the future already there. And all that, that's like a puzzle toy.
Rubik's Cube.
Yeah. All that to the sweet, compact Bosch Racing drive-by-wire unit. And I say Bosch Racing because if you buy this directly from Bosch, this is a $300 racing grade motorsport drive-by-wire unit. However, if you take that same part number and change a single number, suddenly you have a Bosch drive-by-wire unit meant for a Toyota forklift, which is only $110. But it's literally identical in every other way to the motorsport one. So it's that one number. It's rated for the same heat rating, rated for the same number of power cycles, same amperage, the exact same size, same casting. Even has a fancy little wire clip holder thing. So there you go. That's from a Toyota, I believe, forklift. And it's already almost 2.5 inch, not quite. So then I talked to my boys in China, and they said, "Hey, take this. This is a silicone adapter that meant for this exact size. That drops down to the exact size that my intercooler piping is going to be." But that gets in the way of the distributor on a B60. So I had to delete that. Camera one. So I had to delete that. So I got you. Ta-da! Look at that sexy beast. It's a little overexposed. I might have to manually turn the exposure down a little bit, but there it is. That's the B60 we've been building for the past 17 years. I found red cops, so it's badass. Everything on here is black, red, and gold. It's too shiny to see on camera, but that's a anodized gold straight aluminum oil cap. We have the red Toyota Racing timing belt, red cops, tiny red JDM bolts, gold fuel rail. We've got GT 500 injectors from James Bell with these little adapters. So these are 630cc E85 capable injectors. All factory hardware has been re-zinc plated in yellow zinc. So these are all OEM bolts, re-zinced in yellow. our sweet little intake will fit right on top of the old one. The JDM one, I should say, the JDM runners. Right about there, like that. And then this intake will hit the giant stock distributor, so we're deleting that. Instead, I have designed a very handy little plate with a single sensor and a little plate that goes in there on the camshaft. So now I will have a +1 reference for the ECU, so we can have sequential ignition and sequential fuel, all from that. This one's test printed, but these will be CNC'd out of aluminum with OEM O-rings to keep the oil in there. Very cool. Nice long cable, which I have OEM connectors for. It's gonna be great. So that's what all that hubbub's about.
Back it up a little bit, you can show them the ugly Callaway.
Oh yeah. So right now we tested it with a stock turbo. So 4K might be enough, but the stock elbow for this is big, fat, and ugly. So the JDM one, Australian one. Nice
I personally like it.
What, the Callaway one?
Yeah, just because it comes with the turbo and it's free.
It's also like you have to make a nice big bend now. It's not even in the center of this. It's all made
Weird.
So this is an adapter plate for the stock manifold. So this adapter lets you bolt a G or a T25 series turbo to the stock manifold. Very handy. Oh, I didn't point it out, but I also got James Bell's very cool fuel pressure regulator on there. So now I'm running a 3.5 bar pressure regulator just to get enough flow when running the 85 on this beast. Back to the table for a second. This is a methanol tank because we're doing methanol injection. We have the Snow Performance methanol injection kit, like their stage 1, whatever. I don't know what stage this means. But so we're going to do methanol injection. That's also going to be ECU controlled. We're doing full AN lines for the whole system, front to back. PTFE lines, so it's E85 safe. We got AN6 lines, all the adapters. You guys saw me make the very cool E85 AN line adapted fuel pump. So that's all going to go with that. And then everything else behind that is basically going to be our custom wiring stuff. So we are building this harness from the ground up, motorsport class harness. So fully sealed, fully heat shrunk. All the connectors will have boots on them. They'll be fully booted, hidden, tucked away, labeled. It's going to be awesome. So these are tons of factory, OEM, or otherwise hard to source connectors to plug all the stuff in. And we're going to be building the harness from the ground up, from the ECU to a firewall based, like, bulkhead connector, I almost forgot the word, and then out to the engine. And then I'm going to be thinning out the stock the stock harness for things like the headlights, which we have to adapt anyway because I'm running the 4 headlight grill from post-ert. And then I have to do all the turn signal lights and wiring because I'm going to have the marker lights be switchback lights.
Hard racer said, Brio, did a motorcycle slip on muffler?
Not quite. It is a motorcycle bolt-on muffler, but otherwise, yes, it is. It is a nice Yoshimura RS3 carbon fiber pipe. That is going to be the muffler for our build. For those of you familiar with JDM V1, you'll know why that's so important. Did I miss anything, Steven?
No, I think you got pretty much everything.
Good, because my throat just about can't handle any more of that nonsense. Back to camera 1. Aw, look at that. That's so good. Maybe we should have it in this corner. That way you can see the engine and I can see the cool fender. I don't know.
And look,
But also,
there's so
much
much wires.
so much Cayman green exposed in here. There we go. Oh, and somebody posted on the page today, has anybody done the Uniwiper mod? Yes, I do. I am still rocking the Uniwiper because this one fricked right off. I had the replacement, never got around to it, so I'm still rocking the Uniwiper. And I think I kind of want to do it long term. The only issue is to get the full sweep, you have to hit your own metal. So I got to do a little bit of metal work, make it like a triangle shape, try to fill it in. Hopefully John can help me with that. And then I'm going to modify the linkage so it rests all the way down, does one big 180 sweep, and then all the way back. A silly mod that will be cool. Oh, I also, on the desk, I forgot, I also have the MAC valve, so our boost will be controlled by the ECU. And since I'm doing an electronic speedometer, which is also on the table, electronic speedo sensor, the ECU will know what gear I'm in and how fast I'm going, and therefore we can do boost by gear. So the ECU will control boost, so you can do like the low boost first, and then ramp it up. So by the time you're in third, you're getting full boost, and you can do launch control and not break stuff.
That helps a lot with traction control when you're trying to take off. Because if you go full boost in first gear, you're just going to be spinning through first and second.
Yeah, especially because I don't intend to run big tires. I'm still going to have 165s on this thing. They're going to be very sticky 165s, but 165 nonetheless. So boost by gear is going to be sweet. We also have a flex fuel sensor, so this thing will be tuned on flex fuel, so we can run anything from pump like 90 all the way up to E85, and the tune will compensate for those two fuels. So that'll be really cool. Man, I love resolution. Even the preview, like it looks crisper without looking like over sharpened. Actually, yeah, I wonder if I zoom, if the pan and tilt controls work. Settings, video, output. Oh, maybe when it's as it's on, you can't zoom anymore. Oh yeah, no, it's input, camera control, zoom. Yeah, so pan and tilt work when you zoom. That makes more sense.
You should turn off automatic white balance, because it's messing with a lot of stuff.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Oh dude, there it is. You can totally read the stickers all the way back on that paint cabinet now.
Mm-hmm. Just a lot of weird little artifacting from trying to constantly change.
So that's how zoomed in we were to read those stickers on that paint cabinet door. So you can see Valvoline back there, no problem. And if you're familiar with Eldrock, you can read their logo on that left. If I zoom back out, that's how far away it is. Oh, I can change the focus. I can forcefully change it. Auto exposure I can turn off. So there you go. So now I can do exposure. Oh, that really shows the flicker compensation.
Oh god. Turning it off definitely helped with the over.
So video output, there somewhere is an option to actually change the light flicker option, like it's built into it. Power line frequency anti-flicker. Try 50 hertz. Nope. 60 was the right way. Okay, so our lights are really just not quite 60. They're probably running like 59 hertz.
Try 50.
I just did.
Was that 50? That was that bad?
Yeah, we're going. Oh. That was the 50 option. So our lights would be running like 59. Well, you can see on the hood, there's like a big, small spot on the hood waving around. Big, small. I'm gonna. What settings? What else is in the car? Anything else in here that's important? I bought a new wing mirror because it's like actually shattered. Parts of it off, so we got a new mirror in here. That's good. I need to make better brackets for that. My JDM pole handles came in, so I got actual, like in drift culture in Japan, people steal the handhold rings from the subway and the trains, and they'll hang them on their bumper so they scrape on the ground. So I bought like 5 of those stolen bus rings, and I'm gonna mount them inside so so you can have something to pull yourself up with because the seat's really low. So I have legit grimy, very used JDM businessman subway handle rings. So I'm going to make a way to mount that in this car and the other one. That'd be cool. But I have like those big golf cart mirrors, so like they're 5-panel mirrors. Sort of like when you buy a panoramic mirror, like it lets you see more behind you, but it kind of distorts the view. The 5-panel wink mirrors don't distort anything, so you get a huge field of view with no actual change in perspective. So the one I had broke finally after some abuse. But they look like this. And a lot of people use them in golf carts, but these let you see a much wider field of view. I want to make the camera see itself. Oh, hang on. I'm double mirrored trying to line this up. So there you can see the camera can see itself, but the camera can also see all the way to the computer desk. So you can see in the corner of that mirror, there's a laptop all on the other side of the room, and you can see the wall and the speaker up top. So, and that's not distorted. These are each a straight mirror, just slight angled each time. But since I drive the harness on, I can't bend my head to look very far next to me. This lets me see a car like literally next to you without turning your head. It's slick. And it doubles as a sun visor, which I deleted to make room for this. I think that's it. That basically covers the build plan for those who missed it last time. Or, I don't think I streamed the whole build plan last time. We also might do some body kit stuff to this. I have some different optional bumpers I want to try running on this. The Daihatsu Charade bumper. I've got a set of 121 bumpers. I'm getting a set of GTX bumpers, so I got some options there. I think the look it has now is pretty decent. I like the S10 lip, obviously, and the cool trailer turn signal stuff. But I'm not opposed to changing it up. I bought really cool mirrors for it. I got GTR power folding mirrors, so they look like stock spoopies from an 90LX, and they have all the power functions. But then when you turn I have it wired already, so when you turn the car off, they automatically fold themselves in. As soon as you turn the key on, they unfold. So that should be pretty badass. Not the first to do it. It's already been done in the Philippines. I should be the first in the US with power folders, though. And then, of course, the spoiler install, rear bumper ideas. I've got side skirts.
57 HDH said, "It took 3 years, but I delivered the Charade bumper."
Yes, finally. I forgot I was even a Charade bumper. Harrison texted me. He's like, "Hey, I got your bumper still." I was like, "Bumper?" I'm like, I know somebody owes me like a new old stock aftermarket bumper skin. Maybe he has one of those." And I was like, "All right, yeah." I was like, "Is that just the bumper skin?" He's like, "It's the Charade one." I thought. I was like, "Oh, great, yeah, I'd love a Charade bumper. I forgot you grabbed that." And then literally like a month and a half after I finally took delivery of that first one, suddenly somebody found another one for me and shipped it to me. So now I've got 2 Charade bumpers to play with. One of them, I've already sent all the lenses out. Just has to make clear lenses because they don't make painfully clear lights for Charade bumpers yet.
I don't make anything for a Charade.
There's a factory lip kit for the turbo one that's like
Really?
insanely rare. So I want to scan that one and make my own front lip because the S10 lip's not the right shape for the Charade bumpers lip, like a much gentler curve. But obviously, I need a lip. It looks fantastic. And side skirts. I'm doing side skirts. The prototype ones are not here right now. They're somewhere outside. But yes, I have a side skirt idea. The prototype ones look freaking sweet. So you'll see those as we make it. They'll definitely be on stream or on a guide video of some kind. Because I'm really excited to make those happen. How many people are in here? How many members are in here?
57 HDH said, "Have you announced your upcoming fight with Mike Tyson yet?"
I had to cancel it. This is a family-friendly channel, and he showed his ass on camera, so I had to.
Well, I've heard quite a bit too. Like,
Yeah,
it wasn't just a flash. It was
No, there was a full. I think not only a full booty cheek, but I think Netflix chose right then to start buffering the whole fight. So it was a good 5-second full ass Mike Tyson. So I had to cancel on behalf of the cheek incident.
57 HDH said, "Cheeks."
I know but you know we got to keep it PG around here. But yeah, any members in chat right now, you know, the Maverick emoji is officially working as of yesterday, so you can spam Maverick in chat, or my silly head if you want to. Can I reach my own chat mouse? You have to scroll to the very edge, otherwise it scrolls chat instead of scrolling the screen. Oh no.
Are you not even logged in?
Why can't I do my own emojis? Oh, I scrolled. Again, the scroll bar.
57 HDH said, "Charlie just called me and told me to tell you to get off of the car."
What? I mean...
Salmon Industries said, _Maverick : _Will : _JDMV2 : _Meta.
Meta. Hawk look, Charlie, there's no buttons here. It's all soft, new pants. My wallet is made of JDM bride seats. It's all cloth. We're all good. It's okay. We're alright. And then I felt it bend, so I did move over to the corner for that reason, and my hands are under my ass.
I mean, you don't want to ruin the absolute perfect.
Yeah, the paint is already bad. What should happen, Charlie? You call John and tell John he needs to come over here and help me like fix the paint and the engine bay, because he's still not fully convinced. But if you tell him that he should help me, then he'll come down, and then you should come down, and the steel will be here already. We'll knock all this stuff out. My flange came in. Harrison, if Charlie's watching, you call him back. Tell him my flange is here, so I'm ready for him to weld. Check this out, in 4K ish. Look at that, stainless, baby. It's here. It's I don't know if I need to do like a relief cut in there to run a donut gasket, but the GTR elbow already has that built-in chamfer on its own. This nice thick flat stainless. She's mint. She's ready to go. So let's build an exhaust. There it is. Ugh. I don't know what we're doing. Right here. Miata brake booster / master cylinder. So thinner, bigger, more boosty power. Should help the brakes feel a little bit better. Some Miata guy already put gold tape on it, which I'm all about. Fuck yeah, more gold tape.
I thought you did that.
Right? That looks like a Wilma already, doesn't it? Heat tape on the brake booster. What the hell? To be fair, the header is right there.
Does that kind of defeat the purpose not having an air gap? Or does it still reflect a good bit of heat?
It's reflective. Because the air gap's still there. The air gap between the reflector and the
I guess, yeah, there's
manifold. I don't think it's really necessary. I doubt anybody boiled their brakes from the header being that close. Or maybe that was on a turbo car at one point. The turbo, I had it mounted up here.
Yeah.
It's Miata top mount.
There's a lot of heat in that little area of the Miata.
I wonder if there's any evidence of the stopper on there too. They do like the brake booster stopper on the strut bar, which I've always thought that like that's so dumb. And then fucking Brian comes over with the Subaru and shows me that his rivets have torn out of the sheet metal from the booster and slave cylinder moving around. I was like, all right, I guess maybe it is more important. Obviously, less critical for us because when we slam the brakes, it doesn't shift our whole firewall around, and we don't have a slave cylinder to worry about. But Miata people, other people with nasty hydraulic clutches.
Oh, we actually have a lot of structure right there.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, dude, the Subaru, he had to brace it internally, and then the actual pedal box cracked. And it's a thick unit of a pedal box, and it snapped a weld off inside.
Multiple welds.
It's insane.
Like, the only time I've had a pedal box break in the Festiva is when I had, for one, it was an Aspire when I modded to fit in the Festiva properly. And then my cable was going bad, so it was already extra stress on it.
And you're just over here like, come on.
Fudge kicking it all the time.
The RX-8 is known for its clutch pedal to fail. And like, there's no good way to reinforce the bracket. Anytime you weld it, it just weakens the next piece of thin steel and it breaks there. So like, it's a pain in the ass to fix an RX-8. We don't have to worry about that because we don't have a clutch pedal in Michelle's RX-8. But yeah, it's insane, the Subaru stuff like that. But yeah, now you get it. That's why people run master braces.
I can see why it breaks, so it's just my stock one. Not WRX heavy clutch like he has. You can feel the whole thing shift when you click on the clutch.
Yeah, he's like, hey, how much was it moving? I was like, I don't know, hit it. And like, he pushed it a little bit. He's like, I can't flip the floor yet. Pushes the floor and it just goes,
I can
a
feel
half inch at least of deflection of the firewall.
If I have my foot in the brake and click it, I can feel the brake pedal rotating.
Yeah, that's what his was. I was like, there's like a weird click. I'm like, wait, it's because it was when his weld starting to break when I was trying to figure out what was wrong with it. Like, I could feel it like click on something, and I look down there, and the pedal's like bending, hitting another piece of metal, and it goes past it, goes clunk.
It's such a bad design.
Boy, I still have it somewhere down there because I want to steal its pedal pads. The pedals themselves are actually kind of nice. They looked like non-speed protege pedals. I was like, I wonder if I can make these fit. Yeah, look at those.
Oh, yeah.
40. Which weld is it in here?
It's the one on this
Oh
side.
yeah, right there.
Yeah.
So there's a big Subaru STI pedal box. You can see this thing's like a beefcake of a unit. The clutch actually gets driven all the way on the side, so there's this huge like transfer tube for the clutch pedal all the way over here to drive this tube to actually actuate the clutch. It's really nice pedal pad covers. But you'll see in here in 4K detail, let me turn it upside down so the light hits it. There's this bracket right here that holds that tube in place. And if I actually rotate that tube, you'll see that weld is doing nothing. There's the weld completely. So backwards to this mirrored image. There it is. That well's doing nothing. So yeah, that's why his clutch kind of stopped working, because the pedal box just failed whale entirely. But for how beefy it is, I feel the spacers like welded on.
Mm-hmm.
This thing was a beast. That didn't work out. The Subaru logo is stamped in the steel. That's the old one, right?
I have no clue what it is, but Subaru has it all stamped over it.
Yeah. I should really just take those pedals off and then scrap the rest of that. I don't want keeping a hold of the whole assembly.
I might just get it from you instead of scrapping it. That way I can just weld everything.
57 HDH said, I weighed my white B3 challenge car today. Came in at 1,640 without me in it. Plan to get it a little under 1,600 before I make another pass.
You gotta do what they do in Puerto Rico, the front wheel drive cars, where like the back end is actually just hollow sheet metal over a single tube with bicycle tires on it. You should definitely do that. You should put bicycle tires on the back, delete all rear suspension, just do like tiny trailing arms at best, and then big meats up front, and that's it. No hatch, no glass. It'd be sick.
Well, I mean, if the back glass is still there, I mean, just replacing that with plastic would probably get your 40 pounds. That back glass is heavy.
Actually, Harrison's right by Pimar Fiber. They're the one that did Carlos's hatch, which is fiberglass.
Yeah.
It does a really good fit. They actually did a great job with that. You should go buy that for
But
really
the
$1,000.
whole hatch has to be, almost 100 pounds.
Yeah, easy. Do a Blackwater style, like door bars and no hatch. Actually, it's on the shirt.
57 HDH said, passenger seat is a little over 30 pounds.
The stock passenger seat's over 30?
I'm not surprised. The seats are heavy.
Those Celica seats are wildly light. Those ones we got from the junkyard.
57 HDH
Ah, okay.
said,
That makes
protege.
Sure. I got rid of all my Protege seats. They're taking up too much space. I'm like, I'm never going to use this crap. I still have the WRX seats to put it in it. They're in the back of it. Wait for me to make
someday.
seats. Yeah, add to the list. I think that's it for today's stream. If anybody has any questions or comments or concerns, I open it up to you, chat. Let us know what's up, what's going on in your life. But I just wanted to make sure the camera worked because I just bought it. Thanks to your guys' subscriptions, I'm now making $2.74 a month on YouTube. So this camera will pay itself off in 100 months. But I think it's pretty worth it. This seems like a really good camera. That wide-angle lens is super wide too. I was a little worried. Like I thought it might be too fisheye at first. This actually seems like it's like GoPro-esque. It seems totally fine.
For how wide it's a relatively flat image.
And it looks like I can.
57 HDH said, just installed some blue manual belts from Seat Belts Plus. Shaved about 6 pounds per side over auto belts.
Nice. Which buckles did you go with? Because I saw they had like 10 options. I was trying to figure out if it'd be worth buying kits from them to sell us for Festiva fitment stuff. It looked like they had the wire ones that you could bend a bit to make fit like the stock ones do, but I haven't tried it yet. Because obviously the cloth ones would be really floppy and kind of annoying. Or did they work through stock buckles? Because a lot of Japanese buckles are the same shape, same enough to fit.
57 HDH said, I'll send you pics tomorrow.
Cool. I'd be interested to see that.
Yeah, it's only 8 o'clock. It feels way later.
K said, what oil ports need blocked off on the B3 me head?
You got
357 HDH said, 6-inch hard buckle.
Talk dirty to me.
Yeah.
You get me Zuck talking about your hard buckle in here. Hang on. Hang on.
So, the
Hang on.
B3ME is technically a second gen B series engine. God, this can't get the rotation right from here. So the second gen B series blocks have these extra oil drain ports right up front. See how it has two? The first, God, this is a weird image. The first gen one
I know
has this back one. So you just need to block off these front ones.
So So yeah, so Steven, the strong man, can keep holding it for a second. There's a standard B3 head gasket. So you see if I line this up, those two oil ports already exist. All these oil ports already exist, the high pressure side. These two up here, you'll see those aren't on our gasket. They need plugged.
It is just a, let's see if I can get the preview.
Yeah.
It's just a straight port, just drilled. There's no weird geometry, so you can literally just drill and tap it for a plug. That's what I did for mine.
Easy. And now I've touched all over this and it's worthless. Yeah, once you lay that across, you'll see pretty easily. So that reminds me, I bought a keychain.
Awesome, thanks, boys.
No problem. I just dropped it in the bed.
That's a corner, don't matter. You should experiment with the Kia head gaskets, because I don't want to spend money on them to test. The A5 and A6D are both stock MLS.
One behind you.
A stock gasket.
Oh, I don't know. I hope it's less. Oh. I actually haven't opened that yet. I'll find out. I love how that engine continues to leak oil. I've sprayed it twice now, and it just keeps going.
It's a Kia. They never do. Oh, you got screwed.
Oh, graphite.
So,
there's your two ports, though.
Oh yeah, that's the difference.
So so this is the Kia A6D gasket, and you can see since the Kia's got the updated block style, that light is way too bright. This has those extra it's mirrored. Damn,
It's so hard.
So there's the two extra ports on this later gen stuff.
This is a cheap gasket because the stock gaskets are MLS.
At least it's got the coating.
Yeah, that's gonna drop your compression ratio.
You think so? Is that much thicker?
Oh yeah, the stock MLS ones are thin as hell.
Well, I'll go buy a stock one. I bought the fancy stock single layer steel intake gaskets.
If you bought any of the head gaskets available online, buy them themselves, not in kits or MLS. There's only like one that's actually graphite.
Alright, what do I got?
57
I almost need
HDH.
none of these.
Said, ordering some new nitrous parts soon. Have a plan for how to safely run a small dry shop.
Exciting stuff. The only V3 I can have now is the power steering car, so it's not exactly a quick car. Yeah, so here, see, I had to hunt this down, but I found this.
Mm.
Oh no, my head bolts.
Hey, look at that D&J.
Are these the size of the? Are they really? Oh yeah, because it came from Rock Gasket Company, but then it had a D&J thing stuck in it. Are those B3 size?
If it's the same as this, I know. B3 is slightly different. I don't know. There's like
That's it, because these were super cheap.
there's like a 10 millimeter difference in length.
And then somewhere I have a new one of these, I think, because the stock ones are steel.
Oh yeah, let me see the oil pan real quick. That was what, like 30
Oh, you got more secrets on stream, huh? Oh, let's grab that one. That's the one you modified.
Well, they seem to still be readily available.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
That's such a nice mold.
It really is.
It's incredible.
So, you can get Kia aluminum oil pans, almost identical to the B6T one, just slightly different. But it was what, like $40 shipped,
Yeah.
and the casting's like really
It's
good.
insanely good castings.
If you want to run this on a car with an E series though, you have to kind of cut this entire ear off right here, because the axle sits so close to the oil pan in E series. But if you want a cheap aluminum oil pan, this is it. I modded this one for him for his turbo drain. There's a small chance that might leak.
Steven, I can't find my A60 intake gasket. That was an important component. So.
Do you have it between your manifold?
Now if I didn't want to peel the stuff off.
57 HDH. Said, Steven, B3 me intake manifold doesn't match up to B3 intake manifold, does it?
No, it matches up to the B6 ME, so.
Oh, this is the gaskets for them again.
Now this 8 valve B3 doesn't really match up to anything else but like the first gen B6. The B3 ME is effectively a underboard B6 ME. Now for me, my B3 ME, I used ITVs that I made a manifold for, which is probably part of the reason it blew up.
Ugh. Camera still me all the way down here.
That wide angle was crazy.
It's brilliantly wide. Well, that'll be too wide. I thought you wouldn't be able to see anything, but the zoom actually seemed to work pretty good.
That's making me want to do B3 ME stuff again. I don't have any B3 blocks. I literally got rid of all of mine.
Yeah,
57 HDH said, "What went wrong with that ITB build?"
Well, no, on the dyno I blew the head gasket and I over revved it because if you use the 8 valve pistons, standard B3 bottom end, it becomes an interference engine. So I over revved it on the dyno, got a little valve float and bent the valves. Just tweaked them enough to drop compression. But somewhere in between bending valves and everything, I blew the head gasket too because it's 14.5 to 1 compression ratio. So there's a lot of things that went wrong, but it could have went a lot worse. That was kind of a lot of stupid decisions that I could have fixed before I went to the dyno. That's why I was mentioning the Kia Rio head gasket being MLS, because it's a cheaper alternative to test with than spending $200 on a Cometic. The only problem is they don't really come in B3 cylinder size, so if you use one, you would have a little shelf on the top of the cylinder between the head. I'm not 100% sure if that's going to affect much. I haven't tested it, that's why I want someone else to do it so I don't waste money on it. But the A5D is the closest to the B3 cylinder size, and it's MLS.
Does your valve cover say MeTech?
Yeah. All the USDA ones do. All the stock USDA ones do.
Looks like the Puerto Rican one says Kia dual infrared cam 16 valve.
Really? Neat.
And my aftermarket one is just blank, which I actually kind of like.
Yeah, the blank one's kind of nice.
I'm trying to find, it's so hard on PartSuit because it doesn't tell you which engine this is. But looking at this gasket, I'm pretty sure this is the part number for the B or the A5.
Anyway, the reason I don't want to do the A5 gasket myself is because you have to buy multiple of them. They're super thin. So you have to buy multiple, split the stacks, and use the inner layers for one, stack them up. If you don't, they're so thin that the valves will actually hit the pistons as the valves are opening.
Oh wow, here's a whole headset from D&J for $149. MLS gasket. Head bolts,
even
valves for $150.
I'm telling you, D&J's the best. Ain't no one gonna change my mind.
But then that's clearly not an MLS gasket in the picture. It's the next one has an MLS, and that picture is definitely what I have. So
I'll check the description.
title says MLS.
I'll say, yeah, you should be good then. Probably just using stock images. You know what eBay is.
Yeah, here we go. New head gasket. Dude, here it is. OEM MLS.
Yeah.
$16.
57 HDH said, "Smaller cam."
For the
I mean,
B3ME?
I could technically go just have it reground smaller, but it's already so mild. There's a company in Germany that already has cam grinds for the B3ME. I kind of want to send my cam off to have done, but it's so expensive. Yeah, the B3ME cam is already super mild because it wasn't really meant for power. Be easier just to stack MLS gaskets.
Is the gasket really the same for the A6D and A5D?
No, they're different.
This one listed for both.
You can use it for either, but they're different.
Okay.
The A5 is slightly, well,
There you go. D&J steel gasket for 1.6 only, $18. Do they have the OEM number? Since PartSuit does not want to play ball.
I use Rock Auto. They tell the difference between both of them.
Well, this is the right one because they actually list 0305 only.
Yeah.
I want to find the OE number so I can get it from.
What doesn't Rock Auto list alternative part numbers? When
Sometimes depends on the brand. I'll check one.
I think part of the reason my head gasket blew too is because my Harbor Freight torque wrench might not have been the most accurate. It was a click style.
T7 HDH said, or custom pistons. 357 HDH said, money.
I could just import the right pistons for like $100 or something. Like it wasn't even that expensive. You know, it was like $200, something. Like they
It's
still,
not too bad.
you can still get the right B3ME pistons. Like they're not unobtainium. I just didn't want to spend the money, and it sounded really cool having 14.5 compression ratio. It worked until it didn't.
Wow.
I think if I do a B3ME again, I will import the right pistons or just have the top of the B3 pistons machined flat. But I do want to go boost this time if I do B3ME stuff again. And boost at 14, plus compression ratio is not feasible. Unless I just shave the head more and then bump it up to like 16 and actually get into diesel territory and just convert it to diesel. Oh, it's 16 or 18 minimum for diesel.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. One of my future plans is I do want to convert a B series into a diesel, just because.
Another OE number that says it fits all. Dude, I cannot find the A6D stock number. It's $44 for the actual Kia one.
That's not bad at all.
22 on eBay for an OEM Kia one, but that's a 5D. Meanwhile, the Male one is $10 on Rock Auto.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, look at the compression height. If it says it, they're super thin once they're compressed, like almost non-existent.
0.38 mil.
Yeah.
It's half because the Cometic for the B60 is 040. This is 02. So it's really half height of a B6.
Yeah. Well, the Cometic you can get in like 15 different.
Yeah, but standard 040.
Yeah.
This is half standard. Okay, so all of them that list an alternate part number list the 1.5 part numbers. Despite me being an 04.
57 HDH said, make it hard. Supercharged diesel.
I mean, to be able to get that high compression, I might need a supercharger like the old Detroit diesels used to have, the 2-stroke ones.
And the intake gasket's different. I need that too.
Oh yeah, the intake gasket was slightly different. We figured that one before because you have bigger intake ports. Slightly different shape too.
Mm-hmm.
K said, the Screaming Jimmies.
Here's an OEM cylinder head set for 05 Brio for $148.
Does that have the head gasket?
Yeah.
Oh no, so 06 is the one that looks different.
Yes, the 06 is really weird. Because those are $9 right now from Partsook if you have an 06.
Or not 06, I mean 1.6.
Oh,
It doesn't show a
here's
good
a number.
picture of it. So the 1.5, the bores are actually circle, and the 1.6, the cylinders are so close that it kind of has a straight line in between the
Oh,
cylinders.
to bridge them.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, try to remember that number. It's 851.
Yeah, I'm not gonna remember the number. Just do what I do. Take a screenshot of it, put it in Google Lens, and just copy the numbers.
And I get it. Yeah. That is coming up as an exhaust gasket. What the hell?
I don't know. I have so many other projects right now that the B3 stuff is just bottom of the list.
Boo.
I mean, if someone wants to donate a B3, I'll get more into it, but considering I don't even have a block anymore at this point.
Lucky a gasket set seems like it's kind of worth it.
57 HDH said, get a solid copper head gasket machined.
I thought about it, but even with solid copper, you still kind of need fire rings.
Okay, Steve Johnson.
So I'd have to get the head machine too, and the block machine. And at that point, like, I have $1,000 into a B3, and that doesn't sound fun. Although solid copper was kind of one of my plans back in the day when I was originally doing it. But it's kind of cost prohibitive. I didn't want to sink that much money into something that was more a pet project, I guess. It did sound good though.
So true.
ITB's high compression. Had a nice header on it too.
Okay, one of these pictures looks like an A6D gasket.
I also don't have a spare car to put it in anymore. Unless I give Lane his money back for that car and then just keep it.
Which one?
The other charcoal I got.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I have no clue why Lane wants it.
Me
But
either.
he wants a lot of stuff randomly sometimes.
These pictures are of the old style.
57 HDH said, why does it look like clouds are passing over and casting shadows on the hood of the car?
Yeah, that's because the LEDs are flickering at like 59 hertz and the camera can only correct for 60. So you're seeing a 1 hertz correction difference of the light flickers. Yeah, on the floor over there, it looks like, you know, cloud shadows rolling across the cement. It's pretty cool.
I could always undo my B6T swap, considering it has a broken transmission right now anyways.
57 HDH said, science. Dragon Healer said, MLS gasket pieces can be cheaply cut from .020 stainless steel.
You don't happen to have the DFX for the B-Series gasket, do you?
I can get one.
Can you?
Mhm.
Because that's part of the reason I never really did custom cut stuff, because I didn't want to make it.
Dude, I can't imagine how cheap it would be for some to make one that thin.
Oh yeah, probably be like $5. Yeah, if I can get the DFX, I'll just make my own gasket then, because I just don't want to actually model it myself. Kind of lazy for that. I also need to have the valves replaced. I got brand new replacement valves for the head. I kind of don't want to put them in. I kind of want to get bigger ones. Because the stock B3ME valves, they are tiny. It's like lawnmower valves. They're just puny, like the head of a penny size. You know, trying to fit 4 valves in that tiny cylinder. I'm surprised they even went through the hassle of making a B3ME head.
What the hell engine is this?
But now, since someone else in America is getting a B3ME head, I kind of want to, you know, do B3ME stuff now. I'm not the only one anymore, so. I don't even have a spare E-Series or anything to bolt it to. Okay, I got rid of so much stuff.
Time to buy it all back.
It's all expensive now, though, because it's harder to get. I think a high compression B3ME would be nice for the Rio Trans, though.
I think it would be.
Because
57 HDH said, I found a site that searches valves by sizes.
hell yeah,
I will forward it to you.
I'd appreciate it. Because I think I can fit like a 1 or 2 millimeter bigger valve in it before they like actually start touching each other. Like, there's really not much room in that cylinder head. Do you have any B3 valves? Any B3 pistons laying around that's not in B3
Yes, actually.
in the garage?
Yep.
Any idea where?
I know exactly where.
Well, if you give me a brief description, I might be able to find them.
I'll get it. Hang on.
I wonder.
I'm still trying to find the 1/6 only gasket set. Nobody has it.
I'm just wondering how much I can take off the top to make it flat before it actually starts messing with the structure of the piston.
I've also got B6 ME pistons brand new from Mazda.
Yeah, but you can't really bore a B3 out that far. The cylinder walls get super thin. That's why I was thinking the A5D pistons.
The other way around, machine the pistons down.
I think that would mess with the structural integrity more than just taking a little off the top. Oh, you got like stock ones.
Levi.
What's a random? I think you could take quite a bit off. I mean, if you couldn't make it complete. No, you can make it completely flat. Take that rim off, that might be enough to drop the compression a little bit more manageable.
That brings it.
No. Really? Not that you really want to use them anyways. It must have at one point because it tells you how to do
Well, I'm thinking.
Yeah. I wonder if someone bought this, got the rings out of it, then just resold it. I just need to stop by Tommy's house and borrow his lathe, chop these, well, get new pistons or buy these from you.
You can still get them online.
Yeah.
That's like these because they're old stock. Not as considerably better than the new stock.
The only thing I don't like.
Actually, I bought these from you.
Did you?
Yeah. This came with the rally cars.
Oh yeah. Well, you didn't buy it. We just gave it to you.
We traded something, so I had the.
Now we just gave you a bunch of
the gauge
stuff.
cluster was the only thing in that pile that we thought was worth like keeping around.
Now we just gave it to you. We didn't trade anything for it. We gave you the
Check
gauge.
it out. It's got the eBay sellers stuff taped on the box.
Hell yeah. S&D repair.
Wow, it's got every brand on here. They printed all their brands. Cleveite, Victory, Third Circle, made by Dana Corporation.
They ain't hiding nothing.
I think Velcro owns all of those right now.
Oh, you gotta look at the part number and
Yeah,
see if it actually came with rings.
Yeah, or to see if they're still available. It's currently a ball joint.
I don't think it's still available.
Cleveite catalog. They're still in the catalog.
Well, the catalog could be from 2 decades ago.
Yeah, almost.
So it's a fancy looking piston.
Cadillac 2-liter turbo. I can also get them cheap from not die. You get out of here, eBay.
Anyway, V3 pistons are a pain to change because they're pressed in piston pins. That's kind of part of the reason I don't want to get the B3ME pistons, because changing a pressed in pin is just a pain in the butt. Definitely. Oh, that's OEM too.
OEM 1 over.
Does that come with rings though?
Probably not.
No.
Yeah, piston pin. 1 oversize. Only 1 available. Actually. Just,
I'll look it up. If you swap that to an A, that should be regular size then.
I would be surprised because that is not how Mazda does it. Well, there's one new, not oversized. Just get 1 cylinder board oversized. We'll go to C then, find the 05 set.
They make like 4 different sizes. You could do 1 different board for each cylinder.
No, not like.
Oh, that's worth it. I'd buy those right now. Oh, that's
I'm
one
not
cylinder.
No, it's not.
That's not?
Those stacks.
Oh, but that's a full set. But, it's just a rebranded Mazda one then.
Korea ones. Because the Inspire would have been made in Korea.
Oh, either way, they had to be better than replacements. How many
For
do they
sure.
got? I'm guessing they only have 2.
I'll stick it in my. I buy all this guy's inventory. They have so much stuff. Like, I'd probably 1/15 of stuff in the store right now is from them.
Live on stream, the sniping rare parts.
Yeah. Excuse me, the pointing down camera can't see if I didn't pay for those. So I don't normally search Aspire, so that makes sense.
So I guess we know keywords now. How are the Ford ones as good as the Mazda ones though? They should be basically the same.
These are actually
Those
Festivas,
are actually-
so, yes.
So yes, that's actually a really good deal then.
Says D. That's 03 over. That actually has a good amount of meat to take off.
It does.
I think compared to the Logitech, it might be easier to machine.
Well,
Oh, there you go, bro. Fixing B3s.
well, boring it over Tuesday, I helped drop my compression ratio because there's more cylinder.
And David Hahn had a ton of success with his B3 with aftermarket rings after doing an overbore. It's like once the bore is perfectly straight and you have that brand new steel to do a one-on-one with the new rings, his is doing a lot better.
I'm sure the manufacturing product or process back in the 80s or the 80s wasn't like as good as nowadays. So I'm sure the stock cylinders weren't perfectly circle to begin with.
So the D and J pistons are 80. So for $20 more, we can get OEM pistons.
The pistons were never really the issue.
I mean, just to modify.
I'll probably just modify a stock set. Although overboring would probably be a good idea though. That way it does.
K said, "Hey Steven, what gave you the idea for the B3 me originally?"
The B3 challenge that we made that I've never actually participated in.
Yeah.
All my B3s blew up before I actually got into the strip. So, yeah.
How about not OEM rings, but old stock? An ancient set of D's engineering rings.
Do they even still exist?
No way. They had them bought out because I've never seen them
Okay.
brand anywhere.
Said, "Ha ha ha, that's funny. Right on."
Yeah.
At this point, just do a live stream of you just shopping for rare stuff.
Here's how I snipe shit from eBay and resell it. On camera. I mean, we did it right now. Literally, like on stream, we're talking about Miles buying the engine that I just bought for myself.
Well, I mean, if you didn't have so many projects, you would have kept it, so.
Oh, here's another set for $151.
I can't.
What is that for?
That is not for a B3. That is a. Is that one piston for that much?
No, it's a set of 8. High performance Ford 460 V8 big block. I had a 460 dump truck that was fucking sick.
All the torque, none of the horsepower.
Oh, here we go. That's more like it. Just one, but $17.
You mean 27?
Yeah.
$10 shipping for that is just, they're definitely marking it up.
If they had more, it'd be worth it.
As long as shipping doesn't stack.
OEM block heater kit.
Oh.
Official Ford block heater. Spire, Festiva, and Probe.
Is it one of the ones you just knock off Reed's plug?
Yeah, but it comes in a Ford box.
I've only had one Festiva that ever would have benefited from that. Carbureted Festivas suck at starting in the cold. And I'm not sorry, John, they just suck.
Oh, I opened that link and said you purchased this already. Right. Thanks, eBay.
Slayer said, Festiva.
Festiva. Steven, I can't find the ones I just opened.
That's funny, the auto chat pronounces that better than when you actually spell it out correctly.
Yeah, you have to type it silly. We were trying to find the best way to type it last. Somebody oversniped me because now the other ones aren't showing up in the server. The ones I just opened aren't here anymore.
Like, surely there can't be many people searching for B3 parts right now.
Bro, they're gone. What the hell?
eBay is just the Wild West.
Go to home. Recently viewed, please. Recently viewed. There. It's worth that, right? Yeah, it's worth that. Those are the main Japan ones. Alright, we're about to offer these in the store for people. At a very reasonable rate. I could use this coupon twice, 10% off.
Oh, yeah. Also, I was thinking more.
That's the same guys again. I love these people. I should ask them for any Ford partner they have at this point. Discount for buying 3, 15. Gift card / coupon, 13. Bring
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Like, I bet I'll get an email from the tomorrow saying, hey, we actually have one less than what we thought we had. We're still sending you 3 or 2. I'm like, okay. There, I got my new old stock valve gaskets from them.
Oh. Those are still minty, too. Like,
They are fantastic. Sadly, they don't have any more grommets. But turns out Mahle was one of the OE providers for the gaskets.
really?
So if I can get Mahle to make us more grommets, that'll work.
They should be the same.
And then I kind of thought it's a waste of money because the grommets from Mahle are $29.
Mhm.
The entire Mahle valve cover gasket kit is $33.
If you have them just bulk make those, they might just give you a pretty good discount.
Yeah, but then I feel like I wasted money buying 30 Ford ones for like a few $500 or something for all those total. Ford, Festiva, valve, cover. And the Mahle one even comes with the dang old baffle gasket.
But before I head out, at some point tonight, I want to. Oh, yeah. The thing that no one ever replaces. Not bad.
It's not. And it's actually like their OE. Because Mahle apparently was one of the providers.
I want to look more into the 6-speed stuff. Like how the conversion to rod. I can still don't fully understand how that works.
Oh, yeah, we can pull up the desktop to actually see it like full screen. Oh, what?
Like, I just need to know if I need any of the 6 speeds.
26? Ugh.
You need to get off eBay now. Can't go broke.
I know.
But I just want to know if we need any of the 6-speed shift linkage stuff. Because if we do, that means my 5-speed to 6-speed conversion might not work.
Because of what?
If we had to use any of the shift linkage from the 6-speed, you know, any of the internal bits besides the gears, then, you know, me converting a 5-speed to a 6-speed might not work. Because I need those shift linkage bits.
Oh, instead of just buying the shafts?
But no, I'm talking about just making my own gear for the 6th gear on the 5-speed.
Oh, the thin one?
Yeah. Well, I think
Danger mode.
I think we can fit quite a bit in there. Because there's, I don't know, I need clay to know how much
Slayer.
gas there is.
Said, I got a new old stock Festiva front marker light.
An amber one? I could have used a new stock one to get the molds made. I should email them and see how that's going. I'm back in about a month out. It's about a month out every month. But not very good at responding to email. I don't think email is the best contact point for most Chinese companies. They prefer WhatsApp. Dude, this has like 3 distinct
Okay.
triangle stains on it.
Said, I have a new old stock one as well, front right.
Mm-hmm. Because that's the part that's behind the grill, so it's just all oxidation from the sun.
And there's a second one.
Yeah, it's literally just what the sun does, because that's a little bit you can physically see through the bumper.
It's crazy.
UV's insane.
I was showing this to Jonathan when he was here. He's like, maybe you could uncrimp it and just like take a plate to make your own fittings for it. I was like, yeah, probably could actually. Wouldn't be too bad. But I don't know how much cores cost. I wonder how much just a core would be at that point.
Surprisingly more expensive than you think. Because I was looking at cores, at least for radiators, and I can't imagine these are any cheaper. And like the core itself costs more than the whole radiator assembled.
So it might be worth modifying this one still. But I want to try the PP Cruiser one first. This is a Golf or Audi, whatever, 1.8 Volkswagen turbo intercooler. I thought we could try to make it work, but it's all plastic end caps. You use these silly quick connect fittings to the tubes. It's not very easy to modify.
Which would be nice
if they made like a nice adapter to make it go to a standard hose.
Well, you just need the part off their hose. It's still a barb fitting. You just cut it off, and the quick connect goes to a barb.
Only on the one side. The other side's like a all plastic tube that goes like to the.
Well, they're both the same
Slayer
size. Just get two of them.
said,
They're not cheap.
yeah, it's Amber, bro. Stock.
Well, U.S. stock. The 4 brand ones overseas are vertical flute and clear. Oh yeah, this one has the sensor in it still. I guess I could have used that instead of buying one, but whatever. Yeah, this is the one that somebody definitely dicked with it, because there's no way Audi used those screws to hold that in.
Oh, I'd have to make a new one of these. It's literally just for the synchro to help slow it down. There's no teeth for engagement. See how this one has the engagement teeth?
Yeah.
So I'd have to make a custom gear, which still would be fun. Or I could just no, it's have to weld stuff. I was gonna say I could just take an extra fifth and just cut it down, but then the gear ratio would be wrong. Ish. Actually, no, because 6 does the fifth in a 5 or a 6-speed.
Yeah.
So if I just get the diesel gear to put in fifth, and then this will be fifth.
Yeah, so leave 717 as your fifth, and then 6.8, 6.
Yeah. So that might work. Maybe.
You still like, but your 5 ratios aren't any closer, so it wouldn't have that like shifting more things you want, because your first 5 gears are still the same.
Kind of. I mean, I could replace
the size up diff.
Well, I could replace the gear stack with 6-speed stuff if those gears are still available.
I can't imagine how much it costs for each set together.
Well, there's only 2 different gears. First and fourth are different. Second and third are the same.
As the big
6-speed. Yeah.
But still, it's like to get them from Mazda, it's like $300 per gear set. Each gear is like $120 to $160.
I never wear these jeans.
There's bags in here.
This is the first time I wore these jeans in like a year. They're 34s, so they're tight.
Oh, hey, my clutch tool. I started losing them, so I tied them together. Alright, well, okay, so tomorrow, depending on how I feel, as in my voice, we might stream again, or we might start streaming again Monday, Tuesday. So generally, be on the lookout for the next stream, where we will hopefully be actually broadcasting in 4K. Obviously, this is very crisp as it is. Check out this sweet Festiva Legends shirt that you now see detail on. Actually, from here, if I move the camera to right there, my car will match my shirt. Weird image. God bless it. There it is. Look, that's my car, and there it is.
And if you want that t-shirt, you can go to 121apparel.com.
Yeah, still available to this day. Look at that. There it is.
I'm not sure if he actually has his own website, but it's just Teespring.
I don't think he's paying for it anymore. So yeah, now it's Teespring.
Well, if you Google 121apparel, all the
yeah,
stuff
it'll pop up. You know what? Now, hopefully, if we convince John to come down here, I can start emptying the rest of the bay out. You know this hood's broken?
What?
This hood's broken?
I did not.
One of the weld nuts broke out. This piece right here, see that?
Oh yeah.
The weld nut is stuck to that stud. I can't get it back out. For a rust-free hood, I was like blown away that it break like that. So yeah, next time on stream, we will empty out this engine bay. Actually, let me do that real quick. I want to do an experiment here. Obviously, it's kind of zoomed out because of the wide-angle lens. So if I zoom in on the engine bay, I wonder how good it looks. And ooh, I wonder if it will change the
said, "Can you name all of the Steves on your shirt?"
I actually probably can. I think so. If I zoom in, will it change the exposure? No. It's okay. We can do it manually. So as you can see from here, I can do manual focus. Oh, look at that bokeh. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, now it's in focus. Hell yeah. Fly. Video. Brightness. Ooh. Dude, Steven, look at that.
Oh yeah. Color's a bit off.
Does it need more saturation?
Your color's brighter than it should be.
Oh, it's too bright. Knock it back down some?
Yeah, if you look, you're almost blue in the picture, but you know.
Oh,
Cayman's
the
not
Cayman. Yeah, that's all cameras is Cayman. This has a hue button, but it's locked. So I can change the white balance. Maybe that'll make it a little more Cayman. There you go, Steven. Now it's nice and green.
It's a bit better.
Alright, anyway, now that I'm zoomed in, you can see the engine bay is still quite full of thing. We have the brakes still in there, the fuel filter stuff, the wiper module, the Brio rack, which is clean but dirty. It's rust-free and dirty, dusty. So what I think I'll do is just take all this out. Even the brake lines, since these are rust-free hard lines, I think I can pull them out and not break them. So I'm going to empty the bay out entirely so we can actually finally paint the bay to match and do some light shaving. I want to shave all the extra holes. I want to take off all the old seam sealer and put new smooth sealer on it. I want to get rid of all the bumps on the strut tower and stuff. Really like show car style shaved engine bay. So we will start that process on the next stream by emptying this out. And I will hit default again. Oh, no, I need to do auto. Auto, brightness, auto saturation.
I might be able to
Slayer
do it tomorrow.
said, "Should do an ultimate gas mileage Festiva build."
Gross. It'll be a carby. Good job. Hey, I just fixed the flicker mode thing, Steven. Backlight compensation. Turns the flicker on. What does gain do? No idea what gain's doing. It looks different, but I don't know how. Okay. Yeah, turning backlight compensation off, and now it looks totally fine. Tell it okay. Okay. Boom. Brightness was not on auto. I can't make it auto, so I guess that's why our power heads were blown out. So yeah, so there's the Legends shirt. Let's see. Kind of worn out. It's kind of hard to see. That's Cam Wow's Festiva. That's Pimptiva. That is Skeeter. We've got Baby Car. Frito V2, Virginia, Greg Brent's Festiva, Ian Cassidy's Aqua, the Peace Love Car, Lost Anley, and Blackwater. There you go. There's all Festiva legends. And most of these cars are still going, I think. Frito's kind of retirement. I don't know if Greg's car's still around anymore. Ian still has the Aqua. Peace Love Car is retired but not crushed. Blackwater, no idea. Stanley's been sold but still going, I believe. I don't think it's been parted out yet. Baby Car still going, over 1 million miles. Pimptiva was dead before the shirt was made. And the Calmatis Festiva, I don't know what happened to it. But again, that was well before the shirt was even an idea. But there you go, the legendary Festivas.
I mean, some of those were legends before we even got in the forum.
Yeah, some of these were dismantled before I was even part of the forum. Pimptiva came and went before I even knew what Festiva was. Alright, but I think that's it. It's 9:16 here, and I can barely feel the back of my throat, so I'm going to call it there. But thank you guys so much for joining on this webcam test / parts overview, build review. I can probably clip that section and use that in a future video. I'll probably play around with the ankle camera, the camera angle a little bit. I don't know if I want it facing this way or the other way. This is nice because the wide angle lens we can talk about what's on this table some, but facing the other way we get to see the car better as we work on the car. So, but again, I also have 2 cameras, so we can really play around with it now. I see an army of webcams in here, like a podcast with like the big table overhead, and each person gets their own face cam. And I need like the Stream Deck thing where I can switch views really fast. Someday, if you guys keep watching these streams, maybe I'll keep upgrading the streams. There you go. There's my beautiful face in 4K.
Slightly overexposed.
It's Oh, wait, did it adjust a little bit there?
It did just adjust it.
So somewhere the camera controls are adjusting. It's not on the camera itself. It must be part of the stream software. I mean, it is bright as hell. I'm like squinting, looking at the light up here. We'll back up a little bit. Put my shades on. So yeah, as always, thank you guys so much for joining us, and I hope to see you next time. See ya. I have to walk a mile now to get off camera.